Management of cultural and natural heritage. Cultural heritage. It is in the form of human creation. It is of two types, tangible and intangible. Tangible cultural heritage. This type of cultural heritage includes ancient sites, buildings, artifacts, manuscripts, sculptures, and paintings. Second, intangible cultural heritage. This type of cultural heritage includes the following things: oral traditions and the language, traditional knowledge, social customs and rituals of celebrating festivals, styles of performing arts, certain traditional skills, community communities, groups who represent such traditions and customs and skills. Then the natural heritage. The concept of natural heritage gives importance to the thought of biodiversity. It includes the following things: fauna, flora, ecological and geomorphic characteristics, which is crucial for sustaining the flora and fauna of a particular region. It is essential for the benefit of future generations to preserve our heritage. UNESCO, the global organization, has announced some directives with the objective of promoting the cultural and natural heritage. On the basis of those directives, list of sites and traditions are declared as World Heritage. The list of UNESCO's World Natural Heritage now includes Western Ghats. The Khas Plateau in the district Satara is also a part of the Western Ghats. Kailash Temple, Verul. Cultural and natural heritage management is one of the main aspects of applied history. The work of conservation and preservation of the cultural heritage falls under the jurisdiction of the Archaeological Survey of India and India's state departments of archaeology. Beside INTAC, Indian National Trust for Art and Cultural Heritage, INTAC, is actively working in this field. The work of conservation and preservation of cultural and natural heritage requires participation of experts from various fields. They need to be duly aware of the cultural, social, and political histories of the heritage sites. Principles of applied history are used in creating the awareness among them. Thus, the operations necessary for the conservation, preservation, and development of the heritage site can be handled without causing any change in its original state. Second, the local social structure and psychology of the local people, challenges faced by them in the present situations, and the expectations can be surveyed in detail. Due precautions can be taken to avoid hurting sentiments of the local people while completing the projects of conservation, preservation, and development of a heritage site. Participation of the local people in the project can be facilitated. Systematic plan can be designed to employ the local skills in a creative way and create better opportunities and livelihood.